What's going on, my fellow creatures? Welcome back. We are back from our home search in California. Last night I would have told you it went really well. This morning I'm feeling a little less confident, but if I have a little faith, everything should pull through. We found a killer house. It's going to have room for me to have my own music space, my own full room, be able to paint it whatever we want, be able to do soundproofing. So we are well on our way to having the badass studio environment that one might need to convince you all that my channel is worth watching, if you haven't already felt like it was. So yeah, we're just waiting for really just waiting to go under contract. If you know what that's all about. If you don't, don't rush into buying a home. It's stressful as hell. EJ's at preschool, Evie's upstairs with Sherry, and we're just gonna go a little bit different route because the thing is with this new house, there's a possibility that we are a little bit displaced for 2 extra weeks. We close here mid-October, and we might not close on the new house until end of October. So I may have a limited access to my gear, and then you figure that by the time we're moving in, you're getting into the holidays. So it could be a kind of awkward end to 2023 in terms of me having all my space and my setup. So to mitigate that, what we're going to do today is we're going to collect some good samples of the drum kit. And that'll at least get us through if we can finish rumination in the next month or so while this move is happening. It'll allow us to do that and then potentially start on another song, and we'll be able to use the samples that we get today to kind of rough in the drum track for other songs until I can get the studio set up and start actually playing on the drums again. So I've got the snare drum here. It's all retuned. And I've got it mic'd with the SM57 and the Sennheiser 602, which we've been using for the kick drum. I may end up doing this again on my own, and also add the AKG overhead mics just kind of on the outside of the drum. I've got the drum sitting right there. And I want to be able to capture as much of the sound in different forms as possible. If you look at the DAW here, I've got just the new track open. I've got kick 1, kick 2, snare 1, snare 2, and the toms. So we're going to mic up all 4 of our actual drum shells and get some new samples. We'll run them out of probably the Impact XT player here in Studio One, and that's not originally what I envisioned, but it's what we got to do to finish the song, I think, because I'm not finding the time to get in here and record tom fills and fix snare drum rolls. It's been really hard to find some quiet time, and then I'm also battling just mental upheaval right now. It's been a little crazy, and I'm the type of person where whenever I have a big high in life, like the type of high you get from seeing old friends and in a beach community that you used to love and getting to surf a hurricane swell, and then traveling to California and looking at cool houses and stuff and kind of starting to envision a new life, to now having 3 weeks to just kill in a house that's mostly packed up. And yeah, it's just, I'm feeling a little bit of a low the past few days, and that's kind of natural for my process, but that's why I didn't want to wait until I I needed some new XLR cables because one of mine went bad. I needed a 4th to be able to mic up the AKG. So we're going to do it with these 2 right now, and hopefully that is sufficient. If it's not, I'll do that on my own time, but I had to get in here and make a video because I am struggling on the mental front. And, I just am not willing to give up on this, but I definitely have been feeling that artistic resistance that I've read about and stuff uh, in some of the books that inspired me to kind of keep at this and re-jumpstart this. So, anyways, the mic inputs are set. Snare 1 and 2. The recording is armed. So as soon as this air raid horn in our village stops blowing, they've got like an air raid that goes off every time an emergency vehicle comes through the town. It's obnoxious and so loud. I mean, when you're outside, and this is right across the street from me, but when you're over under that thing, good Lord. So anyway, so what I intend to do is get, I hope I haven't been echoing this whole time because I have those microphones inputted. That's going to be really annoying. But if I have, it'll probably be better because I won't ramble so much on the next video that I inevitably have to make if that's the case. So what I want to do is get like maybe 10 or 12, probably 12 samples, left and right hands. And I will map those to the MPK49 drum pads, and I'll have 2 kick drums, 2 snares, 2 toms, and 2 for each tom. And that way I can kind of, I can't get that camera over here at the moment, but that way I can kind of drum, kind of work my way through. We can develop some fills and kind of finish this song up because it's really close to being done. I'm dilly-dallying at this point. I can feel that same sense of like, I don't know when to call it done, so I'm just kind of looking for things to work on. But the actual stuff that's left to work on could probably be done in 20 minutes per thing, and like all the tracking's done in an hour. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll rearm these tracks. We'll get some snare samples. We'll get some tom samples, some kick drum samples, and we'll call it good. And then I'll open up a new video because I won't require so much quiet in the house. I'll open up a new video and we will mix our recordings, dial in some settings for each microphone, blend the two, export to samples, and then we'll get back to rumination tomorrow morning or whenever I get to it, because the morning shift has been getting a little tougher. It's hard. It's hard to roll out of bed at 4 a.m., make a cup of coffee, and be ready to talk to the general public of YouTube without kind of warming up, waking up. So I've been struggling a little bit, not gonna lie, but I'm here right now, so we're golden. Let's go ahead and do this. I've wasted 8 minutes of your time, and you're here for music, not to listen to me ramble. So here we go. All right. We'll just play the click as is. That way I can kind of keep them on time. And then I'll go through and just move instruments in and out, and we'll be done with this in hopefully 10 minutes or so. So, here we go. I've got some new speakers there. Got some cheap little monitoring speakers that I bought for my sister when she was kind of getting interested in DJing, and I just have them on the desk now because my studio monitors are packed away at the moment, and these are tighter, so I can kind of build that equilateral listening triangle much easier. But they're more just for jamming purposes than actually being reference monitors. So get those turned off. Here we go. Okay. Our signal's a little softer here, so bump that up. Let's just hear what we got here. And let me get recent. Let's get the VU meter on there. Okay, so we're like, you know, we've got room to go up, but like we're not down here at -10, -20. That's what I was worried about. So let's just call it good for that. I don't know how much moving the microphones around is going to change anything. So I'm going to swap out instruments here. Let's get this snare drum out. What time is it? 10:40. All right, I gotta go pick up my daughter in a couple minutes here. So we're gonna blast this out. So here's the floor tom. If you remember, we had the we put new heads on this, so this is not the the most expensive shell, but the heads are nice. It's Remo Emperor black suedes on top and Remo pinstripes on the bottom. So we'll just have to check the levels here. Let's record, enable this and that. We will mute this, unmute that. Let's go back to the start. Is that working? Okay. Okay, the 602 is way hot compared. Okay, I think that should suffice for now. Here we go. Go. Even out these signals, pushing that one up just a tad. Okay. Let's hear how that sounded. Nice. Okay. Disable those ones. Now for the rack tom, this was the one we were having trouble with. When it's mounted on the rack here, it actually deadens the sound substantially. So I am looking into one of the Gibraltar Universal rack tom isolation mounts or whatever they are, and basically what it does is let the tom sit freely on top of the kick drum there, and it doesn't plug up this hole with the mounting post anymore, so that it would actually mount to the frame of the drum and let the drum sit freely. Because as soon as you plug this in, fill this hole with the mounting rack, this tom loses all of its sustain. The tone is uglier, so just position these right under the microphone here. Okay, that's still good. Let's go headphones on here. And got our click on still. And let's do this one. Uh-oh. That's not good. All right, the tom just kind of it's sitting on a snare drum rack to make up for that right now. And it kind of slipped off for a second. And started kind of ringing on the frame of the snare drum stand, the holder. Let's try that. Here we go. I hit my sticks together on one of those, so I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, there's that, and I think we will, I guess I'll just get the kick right now. Let's see what we can do. I've got 5 more minutes before I need to leave and go pick up the red bear. So let's see what we can do here. I think I should just be able to drag this stuff over here. We're gonna try the 57 on the batter head side. I don't know that that's the best choice, but we're gonna give it a shot, and if it sucks, we'll switch it to the other side. But I'm just trying to get as much tone out of these drums as we can, and then we'll do a lot of blending to kind of dial in the right sound. And like I said, if I don't feel confident that we have the kind of upper end captured that I want, kind of the air in the top, then we might add those AKG. The heck are those called? I don't know why I can't remember the name right now. These guys, AKG P170s. Okay, let me get this on the little kick drum stand here. Now we'll have to do this all again for future songs, because at some point I want to get those Audix D3s. So there's gonna be a lot of experimenting, and this is one of the things that's kind of held me back for years, is not wanting to finish a song when I know I was going to have to make changes to the song right after, or something was going to become some method that it was going to become obsolete, or I was going to make some upgrade that was going to make it sound inferior. So that's what I've been trying to avoid, but that's not going to work anymore, because you know what? It's been 10 years and I haven't released a song yet. So Rumination is going to sound one way. It's going to sound great. The next song that we work on might be even better. We're just going to have to accept that. When you go through people's discography, the mixes get better, the engineering gets better, and it's going to have to be that way for us as well. So let's test some levels here, and then I will call it quits for right now, and we'll be back later to actually edit these. And I think we'll do one video each. So we're going to have a handful of videos to post when all is said and done. Flipping way hard on 57 already. I barely even hit it. That was crazy. Let's mute. Okay, I can get more out of the 602 there. Too much, but I can get a tad more out of 87 safely. Now on this kick drum, remember we put the Aquarian Superkick II on the batter head, and then it's an Aquarian Regulator, I want to say, for the other side there, the resonant head. And it does have one of the little holes cut in it. So let's just see how that comes out. And where's my drum stools? Right there, so I can actually sit. I will be done in 1 minute. I just got the watch from my wife there. That's okay. Here we go. Got the click still on. This could be time to get over there. Do that one more time because I forgot to tighten down the tom hardware. And I was worried just about a subtle rattling there. So we'll do it just one more time. And I think I can get a little more volume out of both. And probably a little more consistent velocity too. All right, we did it. We got some drum samples. So I'll see you guys back in a little bit here, and we're gonna make some killer sounds, and we're gonna move forward. Yeah, if you guys wanna follow along, I might even log this under its own playlist, because this is kind of ambiguous to whatever song we wanna use these on. It's not necessarily specific to rumination, so this may start a new playlist, but that's cool. More content is good. So, see you guys back in a little bit. Like and subscribe if you want to follow along and hear what happens to these samples. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace out, guys.